that I need to speak up more so that my opinion can be heard and that I can make a small difference in the community no matter what it is.
I learned that even though something might seem possible at the time in my mind, it's a lot more work than I originally expected.
I learned that even though this isn't something that I necessarily am interested in, it was good to know that there was a problem and that there's I can make a difference, even though it was just a little bit that I did.
I learned that the amount of passion I have for an issue really determines the amount of effort that I'm going to put into my work.
I learned that it does not take an extravagant person to make a change in the world, and all it takes is a little effort.
I think that we learned that in order to go above and beyond what we want to do, we need a passion for whatever we're about to do.
I learned that even if I'm just a K-State student, I can still make a change in some way.
I learned that working as a team gets you much further than trying to do everything by yourself.
I learned that anybody can make a change in this world. It doesn't matter who you are. And I learned that I am making a small difference in somebody else's life. That's still a change, and I need to make sure I realize that.
I learned that there are many ways to exercise leadership and that to become a good leader, it's important to give back to the community.
Each person will exercise strategies based on their personal strengths and try to be the most successful they can be through that way.
I'd like to think that most of us felt something, whether it was shock or sadness or anger, when we learned about the prevalence of hunger in our communities, but as we took on the role of trying to do something about it through the project, I think we personally could have done better.
This class has taught me that leadership isn't just a general term. There are many forms of it.
As a group, we learned about each other's strengths and personalities and that we're all different, but we do balance out, and we learned that different leadership styles affect different people. Sometimes you have to be more authoritative, whereas some other people take a more laissez-faire approach.
While other people are better at planning behind the scenes and getting things set up and done behind the scenes, other people are better with the going door to door and talking to people and having that relationship with people to convey what we are doing.
That to work well as a team, we need to constantly communicate with each other.
As a team, for our group, it was hard to figure out a meeting time and stick to our plans and getting everybody to agree on things.
To be the best we can be, we should all be able to recognize the type of leadership that's going on around us. This way we can adapt to the situation and focus on doing things that will move our group in a positive direction.
Schedules in college vary a bunch. Not everyone can attend everything. Even though they might not be there, we can still get their opinions on the topic and need to include everybody.
The majority of our group was just feelings and making relationships and stuff. So we struggled with the planning and executing aspects of our project.
I learned that the social issue of hunger is way more prevalent and it's everywhere you look. In your classrooms, community, or even bigger places around the world.
I realized that hunger is an issue that's closer to home than I thought it was. It can be seen on a smaller scale than, say, starvation in Africa. And I also learned that the only way we can actually stop hunger is to address the issue at its root causes, like poverty.
Hunger is an issue that's currently everywhere in the world. There are people that are close to that are having troubles with hunger and we do not even know about it. Statistics show that many people in this community, along with all others, have food efficiency problems.
I learned that hunger is an issue everywhere, and I think that one of the biggest steps is to raise awareness about the problem, because many people don't think of hunger and think of the root causes, but that's something that we need to address.
I know personally I didn't really think about hunger in the United States as being something very prevalent, but through the project we learned that hunger is something that affects a large number of people in society, and something should be done to address it and get to the bottom of the issue.
We learned a lot through the lectures and through our group talking about the root causes of hunger.
We watched a video in class and it was very informative, and it definitely opened my eyes to how big of an issue it was. And then going and touring the breadbasket and learning how many people actually do need the help in just this small community.
I learned about the issue of hunger through real life stories that we read in class.
We learned these things by hearing other people's stories. We watched the video in class and we learned how hard it is for these people, and we learned that it's anybody in our community, not just the starving children in Africa, it's everywhere. And
just by doing it. I mean, a lot of learning is best done when you can actually do something and do something hands-on. So by planning it, setting it up, having to meet and discuss and have meetings, just helped us learn all about, not just hunger but leadership.
Learning matters because it opens our minds up to creating a difference in the communities we live in.
By learning this, we're learning what the root causes are and what we can do to help change things for the better, so that maybe in the future things will get better and there won't be hunger or there won't be as much.
The issue of hunger doesn't matter to some, but I know that it matters a lot to others, especially those who are dealing with hunger themselves.
No matter where you go in life, there's going to be a time when you'll be exposed to leadership situations, and when the time comes, it's going to be nice to know what to do and have an idea of the situation.
learning about the issue of hunger matters because without the knowledge of the root causes, there's not much that will be done to fix the problem.
Project mattered because we're now able to think about our passions and how to apply what we learned in class to the real world.
This matters to me because in the future we're going to be working with different people all the time, so we have to learn from every experience that we have, whether it's a negative or positive, to have a more positive outcome in the next project.
We need to learn it so that we can educate other people. How can you educate other people if you do not know about it yourself?
As a result of the Hunger Project, I will try to make an effort to make more of an impact on my community.
I'm going to donate more time and effort into educating people on the issue and hopefully trying to fix it.
I plan to develop a cookbook for the bread basket to provide healthier meal options for people.
As a result of the Hunger Project, I plan on finding a passion and pursuing it.
I plan on spending more time working with my community to better the lives of as many people as I can reach out to.
I use this project as an introduction to the world of community service. It will be the beginning of my many projects that will be to help the good of the community and help others solve the current issue in their lives.
My future does not really involve what we have done here, but that does not mean that when I get the chance I won't participate in food drives.
I will try to find what something I'm passionate about and try to stick to that, because I don't feel like hunger was something I was passionate about, but I could find something that I like and help people out that way.
I will always be looking for the little things I can do to make change in other people's lives. It doesn't have to be a big food drive that will provide a meal for somebody. It can be much simpler than that.
I will remember that we can all make a difference and we can all change the world.
For my fraternity.
For my K-State family.
For me.
For my community.
For my future.
For the world.